Hi folks, I'm Tristan from NoiseGate, here with another Universal Audio Vault tutorial. This time we're talking about recording guitar. Now there are lots of ways to approach recording guitar, but we'll be focusing on two of the most popular approaches. That is, recording acoustic guitar with a microphone, and recording electric guitar direct using software amp simulation. So let's get stuck in.
When there is reason, tonight I'm awake. When there's no answer, arrive the silent man.
Many acoustic guitars do have a pickup built in, so you can simply plug them into a Vault interface and record direct. Unfortunately, this usually sounds pretty bad, as these types of pickups don't typically do a great job of capturing the live sound of an acoustic guitar. They're very convenient, especially for live performance, but definitely not the best option for recording. The easiest way to achieve a natural recorded acoustic guitar sound is to simply place a microphone in front of it. Our popular choice is a large diaphragm condenser mic, just like you'd use to record vocals. Some prefer the sound of a small diaphragm condenser, but this really comes down to personal preference. If you already own a condenser mic for recording vocals, chances are it'll work just fine for acoustic guitar as well. When recording using microphones, you're usually best off using direct monitoring to minimize latency. Be sure to check out this video's accompanying article as well as our previous video on vocal recording to learn more about direct monitoring with Vault. When it comes to microphone placement, there's plenty of room for experimentation, so just find somewhere that sounds best to you. Typically, the mic will be about a foot in front of the guitar, in line with the neck and sound hole. Pointing the mic towards the sound hole can achieve a warmer sound, or a more detailed sound can be achieved by pointing the mic towards the neck. The further away from the guitar your mic is, the more of the room you'll hear. If you're in a really nice sounding room, this can be a good thing, or keep the mic closer to the guitar for a more dry, direct sound. Vintage preamp mode can really help achieve that classic studio sound, and more often than not, acoustic guitars will benefit from this bit of extra character. If you have enough time, it might be worth recording your guitar with and without vintage preamp mode engaged, just to see what works best. We've liked it so much, we've just left it on the whole time. A compressor is used to shape the dynamic behavior of a sound, either to achieve a particular effect, like giving an instrument more punch, or to help an instrument sit better in a mix, or a combination of both. Compressors are especially handy for recording acoustic guitars, but they can just as easily ruin a recording. That's where Vault 76's compressor presets really come in handy. Part of what makes an acoustic guitar so effective is the jumps in volume when the pick hits the strings. These spikes in level are called transients and can really add to the rhythm and momentum of the song. The sound does drop in volume pretty quickly after these transients, so it's easy for the sound to get lost in the mix. Vault's guitar compressor preset has a slower attack time, so the compression doesn't kick in immediately. This helps bring out the quieter parts of the sound without ruining the louder parts, so it's almost always the best choice for recording acoustic guitar. Electric guitars, on the other hand, are designed to be plugged into a guitar amp. The amp is largely responsible for shaping the sound, and the best way to record the sound of an amp is to put a microphone in front of the speaker. Sounds simple enough, but one of the biggest challenges is volume. Guitar amps usually sound best when turned up loud, so unless you have very understanding neighbors or housemates, this isn't always practical. Fortunately, software amp simulation is extremely effective these days, so you'll more than likely be happy with the results achieved from recording electric guitar direct, with no microphone required. Just be sure to switch your Vault input to instrument mode and plug your guitar straight in. You'll also want to disable direct monitoring when using software amp simulation and monitor via your DAW. Otherwise you'll hear the dry sound of your guitar mixed in with the amp sound. Be sure to check out this video's accompanying article and our previous video on vocal recording to learn more about software monitoring and ways to minimize latency. The included Marshall Plexi amp by Softube sounds great for anything from bright clear tones to crunchy leads to heavy riffing. The effect of vintage preamp mode on the sound is going to be pretty subtle when using amp simulation, but definitely worth experimenting with, especially for cleaner parts. So there we have it. Be sure to check out our previous Vault videos for more information, and thanks very much for watching.